I was born with music inside me. Music was one of my parts, like my ribs, my kidneys, my liver, my heart, like my blood. It was a force already within me when I arrived on the scene. Ray Charles immortalized the words, and when I first heard them, I connected to them and felt like it was the perfect description of me and how I feel about the music. When I was a child, my mum noticed that I took a shining to the piano she had sitting in the hallway, tinkering away and playing random melodies along with the CD she'd play during the afternoon. But after a few years of not knowing what I was doing and playing simple melodies by ear, Mum decided to put me into lessons when I was around 4, not knowing the door she'd just shown me. On my father's side, my grandfather would almost religiously listen to classical music like Beethoven or Chopin or Tchaikovsky, which I love, and it's always something that I would come back to playing whenever. And this particular piece, Chopin's Waltz in A minor, was one that I'd always wanted to learn how to play, and after a while, as you can hear, I learned it. And in a way, a lot of my personal compositions have a classical root. This particular composition is quite classical, and quite an homage to Chopin in a way, and a work that I'm quite proud of. However, on my mother's side, my grandmother Mac migrated from Ireland when she was 11. She's very proud of her Irish heritage, and it always reminded us where we come from and the lifestyle and culture and her memories of her homeland. Her mother, my gran, would bounce me on her knee and sing Irish reels to me, and became this sort of familiar style that always makes me feel like I'm home or with family. And I don't know if it's through the little cultural insights that my family give me, or if there's this innate, almost magnetic pull somewhere in my soul, but any music with Celtic and folk roots gives me that same feeling of being at home, feeling comfortable. In a way, that style calls out to me. It's hard to put into words, but it's something I feel so strongly, and that feeling drives me. And it's not always Celtic music that gives me the feeling, but it's so powerful when it happens, and when it does happen, it's not something I want to let go of. There was a particular piece of music that did give me this feeling, and it still gives me this feeling now. It's just so much spirit in this piece. It becomes this whole living being on its own, like the artist is merely a vessel, this pure musical energy to come out within that piece. And that piece is John Butler's Ocean. John himself describes ocean as being a very interesting aspect of his life. Part of his DNA, it conveys all things he can't put into words. Life, loss, love, spirit. As he evolves, so too does ocean. I first heard the song in 2006, and since, 4 times being in a live environment, it's almost impossible to describe this experience when you hear the song. You get this spiritual, empowering, emotional piece of music that changes every time, depending on his mood or what's happening in his life at the time and in that particular moment. And to me, that's the feeling I get when I play music. Playing music is my outlet for emotion, the exploration for my soul. I feel like there are parts of me that I've discovered through playing music, and there are parts and will be parts I will find as I play. All through life, the human race is challenged with who we are as individuals, who we are in society, and how we fit into the big picture. That's just how society works. And it's amazing to me to sit down at the piano and just play, either improvising or pieces I already know, and it helps me to find myself in that particular moment in my life. If I sit at the piano and play something, my mood, my feeling, my sense of self will all have changed by the next time I play that same piece. So it'll be different, and I'll find a new part of myself, and that's why I play. Music is a close friend of mine who I can tell everything. I use the medium to express how I feel about myself, about the world, about the things that I love around me. It says everything that can't be put into words, but can't be left in silence. It shapes a moment, it captures a memory, a feeling, it explores, and in a way that's why I'm studying music now. It allows me to explore, to create, inspire, to be inspired, to collaborate. I had the realization that if I have this beautiful friendship with the piano, and we as a partnership have grown together throughout my life, what was stopping me from turning around and saying, hey, this is going to be my living? Ultimately, from the beginning of my life to now, and all the way to the end, whenever that will be, music will be with me. It drives me, flows through me. It's my friend, it's my lifestyle. Music is my spirit, my body,